A Roodepoort resident who saw the body of Tshegofatso Pule described it as, quote-unquote, gruesome and something that hurt him deeply as a father. Thabo Bodibe says Pule's body was found on a Friday, which was June of the 5th in 2020, not June the 8th, as the police reported at the time. Now, the 28-year-old woman was 8 months pregnant at that time of her killing. Thabo Bodibe joining me in studio now to reflect on that particular day and what your expectations are. Mr. Bodibe, thank you very much for your time. Take us back to that day. It must have been a very difficult day for you to come across that scene. What did you find when you got to the scene? In fact, who alerted you?
Okay, Xoli, thanks for having me today. What happened on that day is I got a notification on WhatsApp that there's a body in the field. So it's about 1.5 kilometers from the location where I stay. Yeah. So I'm an active member. So
of the community? Of
the community, yes, okay. Of Solplachi. Solplachi is in Devon Deep. So what happened on the day, I decided to go also and see if we can identify the lady.
What time was this?
It was in the morning. So I'm one of the people that discovered Tshegofatso. So just to describe the scene for you, it's about 1.5 kilometers from the first houses and maybe almost 2 kilometers from Roodepoort town. So it's in the field. Yeah. It's next to a road. So the road it's used by most of the community members there. So that road it has peak hours where it's busy and not busy. So the peak hours, I think they start from around about maybe 4 a.m. Until 7 a.m. That's where there's activity. After that, there's nothing because it's just the field. And it's a place where you don't want to be at. So on the day I got that notification, I went there. I used to work for a funeral home. It's a community enterprise funeral. So one of my job responsibilities rather was to do pickups. When there's a deceased person, you go and pick up and follow procedure. But when I got to the scene, what I saw there, it was gruesome. It was like a scene from a movie. It's something I've never ever seen in my life.
I'm not going to ask you to go into detail purely because of the sensitive nature of the story and of the scene that you discovered. But it is striking that you mention that you worked at a funeral home before, and as you say, one of your responsibilities was to go and pick up a deceased body.
Yes.
But it must be something very, I can't put words to it, but I cannot understand, as a person who handles people who are deceased, when you describe such a scene as something that continues to haunt you to this day. Like I said, I'm not going to ask you to go into detail, but I'm failing as well to kind of ask you to describe what you saw. But perhaps what we can do is pick up on the fact that you are a father of a girl child.
Yes.
If your daughter were to die in the manner that Tshegofatso Pule died, that's something that surely would drive you insane as any parent.
I think I would die myself, because I'm very close. I love kids, so I'm very close to kids. My company there, I actually stopped operating due to COVID, but it's still active. Good Type of Foods. I volunteer. There's an orphanage home in Roodepoort. It's called Dora's Ark. It's an orphanage home for orphaned and vulnerable kids. So most of the time, I go and volunteer there because I love kids. So I think they also, after the things they've been through, I think they deserve love.
Yeah.
So what I do, I go there, I cook for them. They've given me responsibilities for the day if I go there. So there's a lot that goes into that, but I do it for the kids. I love kids, especially girls.
Just out of interest,
yes.
Someone sitting at home wondering, you used to work at this funeral home, you no longer work in that mortuary. Why did you stop?
Okay, it's a paying job. I took it because I was going through a difficult time. It's not an easy job, but that was the job that was available. And it's a paying job. It was helping me to survive at the time. So I stopped because I was trying to venture back into business. Yes.
And at the time of the discovery of Tshegofatso Pule's body, I understand on the day people were taking pictures, and you were among the people who took the pictures. And obviously, family members are not aware yet, and so this is something that needs to be done sensitively. What was the purpose of taking those pictures on the day? I'm going to come to why I'm asking this question about pictures.
Okay, Xoli, look, we, as the community, the thing is, we, Devonshire, Soul Plucky, it's a small area, so we know almost everyone. Even if you don't know, somebody would know who she was. But unfortunately, we didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
We didn't know. She was not from Devonshire at all. Nobody knows her. So it was not easy for us. We didn't do it for likes or anything. How can I put this? To gain likes or
on
for social media. But we did it slowly because we felt that I never dumele something like this to happen. Maybe the family is looking for her. So we decided, we need to find family high first. Now the pictures that I posted, I didn't show the face.
Yes.
I didn't show the face. I showed the back and gave description. Then the reason my name is popping up, it's because from the post I made, one of Tshego's friends or family member, I don't remember, called me to tell me that, Tsepo, thank you, we found Tshegofatso, it's her, thank you very much, you helped us so much. So if it's possible, please delete the post. And I did that, and even to this day, to the family, I explained, I apologized. It was not intentional, it was not for likes or what, but we were trying to achieve something of which we did achieve.
Tsepo, I'm actually not even going to ask you that follow-up question because this became a big issue at that time because people complained that some of the pictures that were taken, I'm not saying that these were your pictures specifically, but the complaint was that people need to be sensitive in how they use social media. But let me thank you for mustering the courage to come to studio and transport your mind back to that day. But perhaps as a final question to you, what would you like to see happen in court today? The man who is going to find out whether he's guilty or innocent today is said to have masterminded this. What would you like to hear?
Okay, I think my answer is going to be long. So I'm part of a social group. It's called The Legacy of Touch and Soul. We are on Facebook. So we advocate strongly for, actually we advocate for men wellness and gender-based violence. So we are a social group where we get together. We're just trying to enjoy life, but we touch sometimes on those issues. We are going to have an event on the 2nd of next month. One of the things that we're going to be celebrating at the event, it's going to be about the verdict that's going to happen today. We are hoping for a sentencing like the family.
So you're hoping for a guilty verdict?
Yes. Just to add on that, you see, with the life opportunities the accused has, my brother, who was following the case also, unfortunately he passed away also in 2020. He had a similar situation where he had a child out of wedlock, and he did a wise thing. The child is grown up. We took it amongst ourselves as the family to raise the child. She's staying with us now, and she's bright. I mean, she's one of the brightest kids in the family. Me, given the life opportunities he has, I would have done something totally different also. I'm a father of 2 kids that I know of now. If other kids had to pop out left, right, and center, I mean, I would still keep them. Kids are kids. For him, he lost out to being a father. He lost out into so many things. But enough about him. I think the court today, I stand with the family, strongly stand with the family. A sentencing must be handed out today.
Thank you very much, Thabo Bodibe, and community member who found Tshegofatso Pule's body.